All right.
Welcome everybody, Simon on the sofa. I'm in Malta and I've just stolen Debra from her 2-day workshop in Malta on beekeeping, and basically I'm not going to presume that I know enough other than the fact that just by being around her today and being in the environment and listening to her talk and capturing a little bit on camcorder to put out there to the world, I've just been expanded and opened, you know, and just the passion and the respect that I've seen oozing out of you today is being really a gift. So for me, I'm always wanting to, as I said to you when we met, how to just take this moment now with you, and I know you've been busy and it's been full on, but just to like, yeah, just share with the world what you're up to, why you did this beekeeping thing today, and just I love what you said about that sacred connection from the bees and to us, and yeah, you can say it much more beautifully than me.
Oh gosh, well, the bees got me in 2005. I was making documentaries before that, and I thought I was on a sabbatical, but when the bees got me, that all the threads of my life coalesced around this life change. That's kind of a longer story. And very quickly, I was just catapulted into this totally amazing experience. It's kind of like you turn a corner in life and you meet the one that you love, you know, your soulmate, and you didn't expect it. And I was in my early 50s, and it's not that I don't expect that you're going to meet someone else that you love, but they got me, and I was just like, I love them as much as, you know, I love my husband. It's just like you fall in love, and so they took me. I went and got my master beekeeping certification, which just means that I know more than I did, and I just went into it full time. I'm not commercial. I started to educate and get asked to speak, and then I met a Turkish woman named Felice Talek a year and a half ago who said, come to Turkey. She loved how I spoke about bees. She was in my bee yard. We just knew each other for a few hours. And I said yes, and then I had to Google where Turkey was. And then Nadia Borg found me by coming to one of my Turkish classes. She's from Malta, and she said, come and teach in Malta. And I said yes, and I had to Google where Malta was. So I'll say yes, you know, pretty much all the time. But I've been able to travel the world and share my passion for bees and how to do bees from a non-chemical point of view, how to address the concerns of these times in a really compassionate way. I love the sacred path of beekeeping. I love women's ways in the yard, because there's an unprecedented number of women coming into beekeeping, and that's changing the face of beekeeping in a much more nurturing way. So bees, 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 bees. I just love bees.
Yeah, I love that you love bees. No way, my phone going to get today went today when we was in the talk. This damn phone, I'm sure I've turned it off 15 times. This is not about bees, the phone. Take away the phone. So one of the things one of the things that was really powerful today was seeing also people when they went and had that experience with bees. And one of the things that was actually brought to me, one of the guys that was on your course today, a guy called Fernando. It was Fernando, and there's another guy on the island called Pepe Gauchi. These two people that also inspire me, and they've also highlighted to me the importance, and I know it's going around the web right now, but, and even Tina mentioned it, right, in her talk. She mentioned like just the I'm going to use the word ignorance, because it is an ignorance for me in this like negligence. And you said about bees are not consumer, but product. They're not product. They're not there for product. And it's like we don't understand that if the bees die out, and I'd love to ask you, somebody who knows about this, if the bees die out, we die out, right? Is that the deal? Because that's what's going around, and for people that don't know, they're just like, okay, so is the bees going to die out, not going to, you know, would you like to just...
You know, there's a famous quote by Einstein that goes around that says if the bees died out, we'd have about 4 more years of human life.
Right, that's what I've seen, yes.
So I've seen that a lot. I don't know if specifically that's true or not, but there's also a great documentary called The Vanishing Bees, or The Queen of the Sun. It might be in The Vanishing Bees, where there's a scientist that's interviewed that said, well, it might not be that we die out, but all these foods that we've come to appreciate would be gone. We'd be eating a lot of white mush. And it's so the life as we know it, I mean, we're in a world full of flowers, fruits, and vegetables that we completely take for granted at the beauty level and at the food level. That would be severely impacted. And so as a beekeeping community, we're definitely feeling that, because we're right up close and personal with our bees. It starts to reflect in the prices of some foods if there's been a poor pollination year. last year, people couldn't even buy enough bees in our part of the world because there weren't enough healthy bees to sell.
Right.
So we're starting, some people call bees the canary in the coal mine. So they're kind of like a frontline indicator of what's going on for actually all of us, because we all share this world of resources. I'm always optimistic, but I'm also sobered by the incredible challenges bees have. And so anything that people can do in the simple way, with the big stuff we think, oh, we get a little paralyzed about how we can even make a change. But if people can buy a little local food, if they can do what I say, put a face on honey, you know, find a beekeeper that you know or is recommended that isn't, you know, some of the fraudulent honeys that are on the shelves. If you can grow a little food, if you can educate children about the wonders of bees, the little things, the simple, sacred and the ordinary steps we take are really where the big changes are anyway. And then whether you keep bees or not, we can support the pollinators to have the life that we hope they have.
Touching on that local then hits the global again, you know, and into that
and
totally.
That's what it is, you know.
No problem. What? They want to come? He can come. We're doing. We're live. We've got the sunset coming down. We've got the wind. We're in nature. You know.
Spring in Malta.
We've got a bike coming. We've got a motorbike. Go through. Go through this way. Go through this way. Go through there. Go.
I love you so much.
Easy. Good. Go. We love you. Don't crash. Yeah.
Yes.
We come round.
Yes.
See, we've got motorbikes going on here as well. It's like, it's a live sofa in nature in Malta. So just touching, so just touching on powerful, and you know, I always say on the sofa, I find these magical people just randomly, like Nadia told me only about Debra today. I've come down and just like take a look at her. Well, you have a website. What's the website called?
holybeepress.com.
holybeepress.com. Got another car leaving. Fernando, ciao.
See you next week.
See you next week.
I look forward to meeting your mother.
See, she's become, no, but this is, you know what's so beautiful, actually touching on this? There's a community building around this. It's so wonderful. And I think that was what you shared today, was just the connection of how we can come together more in community. And you said something, I just want to sort of finalize on this, but you said something about the bees make you connect to the grander version of yourself.
Yes, because what bees require of us when we're beekeeping, they need us to be calm and present and focused. And let's let this car go through. This car
go right. Will he go past? Is he going to go past?
Can he go around?
Oh, we're going to go. Will he get through there? No, we've got to move the mic. Tell him 5 minutes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We've got cars. We just blocked the whole road with the camera. This is what I do, Simon on the sofa. Anything to grab these beautiful conversations.
Simon puts his sofa where it needs to be on planet Earth. Yah-ho, yah-hey.
We're going to be 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Tell him, sit down, talk to Nadia. 4 minutes.
I'll wait if I can find a cigarette. If I can find a cigarette.
Does anybody have a cigarette? And this man can wait.
He will wait if he finds a cigarette. This is for the bees. This is for humanity. This is for the global awareness, and he'll only stay if he can find a cigarette. That's a whole conversation in itself. Help me. Bless him. And he's been on the course. He had a magical time.
Oh man, so did I.
So yeah, the grander version of yourself. Finish on that.
The bees need us, as we work with the bees, to be calm, fluid moving, respectful, focused, reverent around them. And when you're around bees, you're around them a lot. So you bring those things that the bees need you to be, because they sting you if you're not, when we notice that, and we're that way, we can week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, there's this alchemical shift in us, because when you look, and there's these finer feelings of generosity and awe and reverence and devotion that come up. And I realized years ago that beekeeping for me had gone from beekeeping to a practice. You know, many of us have Tai Chi practices or meditation practices or some spiritual practice. It's the same thing. And all these qualities that the bees foster in us just simply through the simple practice are the things that all the great spiritual traditions are asking of us. Beautiful. And then we become this better version of ourselves. I used to talk to, at our state fair, all these old beekeeper guys who I have a total crush on. If somebody keeps bees over 30 years, I'm for sure going to definitely love them. And one guy came through once, he was an old farmer, he kept bees, and he said, "Dear, if people have been around bees for any length of time and they don't know God, there's something wrong. So it's just...
It's the connection, it's that deeper connection, the source, to creation, to the ecosystems, to life, to the whole shebang.
Yes, it is. And it just, that naturally comes with the territory of beekeeping, be appreciating, but it's also true, you know, of anything. We raise children with birds, and it's available everywhere, but it's particularly indigenous to this path of being around bees, because it's what they call out, and I understand from over the years why they were so represented as, you know, taking prayers to the heavens, or a lot of the goddess cultures that Lane Redmond researched. She was a friend of mine. She discovered that, you know, all the goddesses we might ever have heard of, and the priestesses that were in those traditions, most of them were bee priestesses. And I can understand why it would be bees, because these things that are called out in us are this better version of ourself. It's clear, it's more insightful, sometimes it's even oracular. And, you know, even that old farmer in Madison County, we might not share that same word, we might not talk about it as mysticism, but it is. It's that realm of spiritual life and depth, and it helps us remember who we really are. And anything that does that is phenomenal. It's why we're on Earth.
It's why we're on Earth, And we spoke about that actually. Monica, who's helping us out today, we spoke about that on the way here today. It was funny, just about, like, you know, if there's any one key purpose in life, it's to be with people who, or nature or life, it's almost like there's a universal calling for us to just be that grander, beautiful, more expressive version of ourselves.
And that's who we really are. It's like not this other thing. All this other stuff is what we're not, and we shed those layers, and if we can come to this remembering of who we are, that is always good, it's always generous, it's always sacred, it's what we're longing for, and it's that humming place that all people really inhabit inside.
I know it's cold.
Thank you so much. I'm with Simon on the couch.
that is a buzzing moment for me. We've been buzzing all over the place. Debra's got cold hands. We're going to warm them up now. We're going to go down to the farm. This wonderful man waited for 4 minutes. He got his cigarette, and bikes have gone past. So I just want you to, you know, explore the links underneath. And I hope you love what me and Debra's brought you today, and Nadia for making it happen come over here quickly.
And thank you to Why Not for helping to support this.
Come in the middle.
Thank you, Malta. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Felice Telek. Oh my gosh.
This is Nadia who created the workshop, which you will see the promo reel. You can follow more of their work. And Why Not Vortex in Malta. I mean, we're just bringing Malta to the world. This is, what Nadia said is, this is the honey. This is the honey. This island is where the nectar is. So get involved, start buzzing, and just become a bee.
Be here now.
Be here now. Without
blessing.
With Ramdas or no Ramdas. Yeah, with the bees. The bees are Ramdas. This is where it's at. Okay. Ciao, everyone. Bye.
Ciao. Bye-bye.